Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing a powerful message with you all and telling you how I manifested $1 million in one day, my super hot boyfriend, and how I travel for free around the world using my white privilege. Using the law of attraction. I'm also going to be sharing with you all of the tools and tips that you will need to create your dream life. So the first step to create your dream life and manifest anything that you want is to be a YouTuber, the most unrealistic and unattainable career that there is. The chances of you being successful are very slim, and you're probably a broke college student or working full-time to survive. But luckily for me, my above average good looks and photos of blue ass water that I share on Instagram make me an ideal candidate for being a successful social media star. Also, my rich dad paid for my boob job when I was 16, and that helps me get likes and views. The next step is to come from a rich family. I manifested myself being born into wealth from the womb, so there's really no excuse for being poor. Just think really hard about what you want and you can have it. I manifested my $1 million in one day. Hi, sorry, just a question. Yeah. Go ahead. Well, you say you manifested all of this money and stuff, but if you're a YouTuber, then isn't that how you make your money? Well, yes. And if you make more videos and work harder on them, then you make more money? I mean, I guess. So how do you know it's manifestation when it's just the money that you've earned as a direct result of like your job? Manifestation. Sorry, what? Law of attraction. Positive thoughts.
Manifestation.
I don't. Law of attraction. I don't know. Welcome to another episode of I'm Too Scared to Make This Video, and I've been putting it off for 2 weeks. So I hope you enjoyed my little skit. That was the first time I've ever done something like that. Let me know how my acting skills are, if I deserve an Oscar or anything. Would love to know if you would nominate me for an Academy Award or something like that, because I need to start preparing my speech if that's the case. So I've been putting off making this video for so long because it's very different from any video I've ever made. I really like this type of videos, kind of like commentary videos. That's pretty much all I watch on YouTube, and for me it kind of makes sense to make videos that you enjoy watching yourself. I'm just gonna lay out some disclaimers before I really get into this video. So the first disclaimer I have is this is not a hate video, and this video is not directed at any one person or any YouTuber in general. This is a lighthearted, fun video, just sort of commenting on some things and sharing my thoughts and opinions with you all on a certain topic. But like I said, it's not directed towards any YouTuber, and I believe that the people who make the videos that I'm going to be talking about in this video come from a place of really good intention. They have the best intentions behind their ideas and their videos, and this is in no way like making fun of them or hating on them at all in any way. Another disclaimer, this is not a hate video towards the law of attraction or towards manifestation at all. I believe in the law of attraction, manifestation to an extent, and that's kind of what I'm going to be talking about in this video, is just sort of that extent and the kind of fine lines between, yeah, like whether or not it's manifestation, whether or not it's coincidence, whatever, but we're gonna get more into that in this video. So I think those are all the disclaimers I have for you. This is a lighthearted video, no hate towards anything. I love the law of attraction, manifestation. I think there are definitely a lot of pros to them, but we're gonna be talking about all of that in this video. So before I start commenting? Why did I try to like complicate that word so much? Before I start sharing my opinions, I want to kind of explain what the law of attraction is very briefly. It's a deep kind of concept, but I'm going to just explain it in the simplest terms in case any of you have never heard of it, because I'm going to be talking about it a lot in this video. So the law of attraction and manifestation in like the simplest way is kind of like an energy exchange, sort of like karma. Pretty much it's the belief that what you put out you ultimately receive. So if you're putting out sort of like positive thoughts and positive beliefs like I can do it and I'm gonna be rich and I'm gonna lose weight and stuff like that, then ultimately those things will come to you and the universe will provide you with the things that you believe that you have somewhere in the realm of existence. It goes the other way around as well. So if you put out negative energy, like I can't do this, I don't have that, it's gonna create this sense of lack in your life, and you're never going to get those things because you are putting out into the universe that you don't deserve them and that you don't want them subconsciously. And also just like the things you surround yourself with, like the people you surround yourself with are like a reflection of yourself, and you're a reflection of those around you, and yada yada yada. So you kind of get the gist of it. If you really want to know, like look it up on Google. It's you know, there's a lot to it. But anyways, now that you kind of have an okay understanding of what it is, let us get into my opinion on it first. I have not specifically made a video about the law of attraction or manifestation before, but on my Instagram, which by the way you can follow, it's at Angelina Nicole, it's linked down below. But on my Instagram, in like previous posts, probably like last year and maybe at least like 2 years ago and before that, when I first kind of got into the law of attraction after I read The Power of Now, which is a good book, I do recommend it. But after I read that book, I got really into the law of attraction and manifestation, and a lot of the things that I would put on Instagram captions were basically things saying, if there's a will, there's a way. If you really want to travel and do this, you'll find a way. I just quit my job, blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't being very transparent, and I was kind of doing what a lot of YouTubers and Instagram influencers do when they talk about the law of attraction. And I was being very vague about the whole thing, and just coming from a place of sort of ignorance, if you will, because yes, I quit my job, but I was also living with my parents and I wasn't paying rent, and I was literally only paying for like gas and sometimes food and clothes if I wanted. I was able to save money from working solely on YouTube, which is obviously not something majority of people can do or are going to do. And so I'm 100% guilty of what I'm going to be talking about in this video, and I'm completely aware of that. But anyways, my opinion on the law of attraction, like I kind of briefly mentioned, is I do believe in it to a certain extent. I believe that your attitude towards things definitely affects the outcome, and I do sort of believe in this energy exchange. The positive energy and positive thoughts are going to come back to you. It's kind of like a placebo in a way. But the problem that I have with it, first of all, is that I'm kind of a science-based person. I mean, I am spiritual as well, but I like to have proof with a lot of things. I like science and evidence and things that show that, you know, something is real. And that's kind of why I have a problem with spirituality. And the thing about the law of attraction manifestation is these things sometimes people claim are unexplainable, sort of like miracles that happen. You know, you think, oh, I'm going to have $100,000 this year, and all of a sudden you get exactly $100,000 in like a week, and it's like unexplainable, but the money came from somewhere. And the thing is, there's no way of proving whether or not that was just a coincidence. And some people might say, well, that coincidence is the law of attraction, it's proof. And the whole way you look at it and interpret it and interpret all of these happenings in your life is also another factor in the law of attraction. So if you look at it and believe, oh, this is the universe providing me with this, then it'll keep doing that. And that's kind of how the law of attraction works. So it is kind of really based on your beliefs and your thoughts. And that's another problem with the law of attraction, is everything is solely based on you. And so if you aren't receiving something in your life, or if something isn't coming that you need in your life or want in your life, it kind of is completely blamed on yourself. And the problem with that is not always the case. There are people who are in horrible situations that they really can't help being in that situation. Sure, they could change their attitude maybe, but that's not necessarily going to, you know, completely fix their situation, and they're not going to be able to do a 180 in like a week. I mean, there's literally people who are homeless, people who are starving, people who don't even have access to clean water, people who are in sex trafficking. And it's very ignorant to just say, oh, like, just change your attitude, just think happy thoughts and everything will be okay. You know, the universe will provide. And the main issue that I have and that I'm going to be talking about particularly in this video is YouTubers who make videos about the law of attraction manifestation, and content creators and influencers, especially the ones with large audiences who clearly make a lot of money from their videos. So the problem that I have with YouTubers making these videos is, first of all, being a YouTuber in itself is a very privileged job. I mean, you literally get to make your own hours. I'm not saying it's not hard work and it's time consuming and it's, you know, it requires a lot of energy and effort and time, 100%. It's not an easy job, but it is a very privileged lifestyle. I mean, you can stay at home, you can work from home, you can design your own hours, and you can literally film a video and people watch it and you make money. You get free things companies send you free things, they give you sponsorships. And yeah, it's a very privileged career, and it's also very unrealistic for a lot of people to have. Another problem with YouTubers making these manifestation and law of attraction videos, first of all, is they usually make some really crazy claim, like a really big clickbaity title like, I manifested my dream life, you can have anything, you can create your reality, I manifested this amount of money in a really short, unrealistic amount of time. They're not keeping in mind that the majority of their audience is literally like broke college students. People who would probably be watching law of attraction videos are people who, you know, need a boost in their life. So they're probably broke college students or people working full-time, people who don't have a lot of money. And they're looking for something that's gonna help them. And so when you're an influencer, you have a lot of influence on people, and it can be a very naive way of using your platform to kind of just vaguely explain this miracle thing that happened to you by using the law of attraction or manifestation. Like I said, it only works to an extent, in my opinion. It has its limitations. And speaking from this platform of influence to an audience that is not nearly as privileged as you, even just in the sense of your career, and probably like money-wise, you probably make more money than like 99% of your viewers or followers, is pretty ignorant and privileged, if you ask me. And again, like I said, I do not have any hate towards any YouTubers who make videos like this. I 100% used to have this same exact mindset and would just sort of preach to people who followed me on Instagram and was very vague about things and not transparent enough and not honest enough about the reality of the situation. And not even talking about the law of attraction, but even just talking about influencers, especially kind of like travel influencers, when they sort of explain how they went traveling, it's usually something along the lines of, I quit my job and I just took that risk and I had like 2 cents to my name and I just made it. And they're just so vague about the details. They're not explaining, you know, the reality of it. Like perhaps their parents helped fund them and they're not telling you that, or they worked at McDonald's for 2 years and they didn't explain that they had all this money saved up from working at a fast food restaurant, or they just make these really bold statements that's so confusing. And I can completely relate to this because I used to look at these influencers and travel influencers and people on YouTube, and it was just so confusing to me how they even were able to do it, and they made it seem so easy and would just speak like it was, you know, just happened out of the blue, when in reality there were so many other steps and like factors that went into how they got to where they are. And again, I am definitely guilty of this because I get people asking me how I afforded to travel as well, and I did try to explain it in the simplest terms, like I just worked and saved money. But again, like I said, I was living under my parents' roof. I didn't have rent to pay. I didn't have kids to pay for. I was very privileged, and I admit that, and I apologize for not being more transparent about that in my previous videos. And I'm completely aware that obviously majority of people aren't in the same circumstance. The law of attraction has a lot of positives to it because even if it doesn't necessarily work, at least people having a more positive attitude is obviously a better thing to have. Having more positive thoughts and being more optimistic about things is a good thing, better than having a bunch of pessimists around the world, you know, just I can't do this, I can't have that, and having this negative energy in the world. So I do believe in it to an extent, and I believe that there's definitely some good things about it. I feel like this video is a little bit serious, and like I said, it's meant to be like lighthearted and just sort of a little bit educational and just sharing my opinions and my thoughts on the matter. I just want you all to keep in mind that when you see someone making a bold claim that sounds too good to be true, majority of the time it is. And I know you probably hear this one, like literally all the time. I hear this constantly, but what you see online is not always reality. As much as even like I try to be as realistic as I can be, we are all still posting our best selves and the highlights of our lives, and being online, it's hard to be super open and transparent. I really want to be as open and transparent as I can be, but I completely understand why YouTubers who make these statements aren't comfortable sharing every single detail and every single step, especially when it comes to, you know, money and stuff. But I think it is really important to realize the privilege that we all have, especially being YouTubers and being influencers. And we should really be using our platform to be as realistic as we can be and be as transparent. Otherwise, people are going to have these false comparisons in their head, and they're going to be comparing themselves like, why didn't I get $50,000 in a year? Or why didn't I get $50,000 in 2 days? You know, I thought about it every single second of the day. I meditated. Why didn't it work for me? And the other reality of it is being a YouTuber, first of all, you're making money from YouTube. So if you're saying that you're making like, oh, I made this amount of money in this amount of time, or I manifested my dream life, it's like, yeah, you being a YouTuber is a dream life. Like, it's probably a lot of people's dream lives is to just be able to work from anywhere and get money and get free things, and you know, like, people love you, people look up to you, people are inspired by you and aspire to be you. And yeah, that's the thing about saying that you manifested a certain amount of money, but you're a YouTuber and you have a ton of followers. It's like, well, how much of that money was really completely manifested and wasn't just part of the money that you normally earn? You just happened to work harder for a short amount of time and gained more money. It's just, that's the problem, is there's not really any way of saying whether it was manifestation or whether it was just you worked really hard for this and it was just the result of your hard work coming into play and showing itself. Just like that would happen in a real job. If you work really hard and you get a promotion, if you said to your boss, oh, thank you, universe, for this manifestation, your boss would be like. Another thing is, the YouTubers who make these videos give very vague steps, like write stuff down in your journal and meditate every day and say some affirmations. And it's like, okay, but you're not giving us the exact steps that you took to get to this place. And it's just very vague and not very helpful, and just kind of leaves people wondering, you know, well, I did these steps, I followed your steps, why am I not getting the results you did? It's really hard to be able to tell what is actually manifestation and what is actually just reality. The other thing about the law of attraction is it kind of just makes you think that all you have to do is just change your thoughts and things are going to happen for you. It doesn't really talk about, oh, you actually have to work really hard for this to also happen. And having a positive thought while also working hard is obviously going to help you. Like, it's kind of just a given. And if you really think about it, it's like, well, if you have positive thoughts about something or you believe something to be true, I'm going to do really well on this test, it's going to boost your confidence, and having more confidence is naturally going to help you do better, because when you're scared and nervous about something or you're worried about something, it makes you anxious. When you're anxious, you know, like, the stress levels in your body change and it makes you like not be able to focus as well. So in reality, the law of attraction is kind of just common sense when you think about it. If you have positive thoughts and you're more confident and you have less doubts in your head, then you're going to do better in life. Usually. It's not the cure to everything. You can't just rely on the law of attraction to completely change your life and then blame yourself for something not working out, or blame the universe for that matter. So all in all, I think that in general, I think that when talking about things like the law of attraction, you can definitely still share important information about it and share your own personal experiences, but I think it's really important to be more transparent, more specific, less vague about things. And just because you have to keep in mind the audience that you have, and you have to remember that you're speaking from such a place of privilege that if you talk about things a certain way, it's going to sound really ignorant and naive, and you have to just be aware of these things. And again, like I said, I'm guilty of that as well. I've done it before, but I just want to make this video to share my thoughts and opinions. Hopefully you guys like this video. I don't know. I actually really enjoy doing kind of these commentary videos. I don't really want to make them so serious next time. I think it'd be more fun to kind of do like some reaction type videos to things, but I did just kind of feel like this was an important message to spread, and I wanted to use my platform to kind of do a little bit of educating, I guess. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I was really scared to make it, so please let me know whether or not you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. I make honestly videos about everything at this point. I don't know what this channel is anymore, but it's okay. It's a learning experience. So anyways, guys, make sure you manifest your reality tonight and you can create your dream life. Let's create this dream life together. Sending you all positive thoughts and energy.